Hello and welcome everyone. I am the Upper Down, aka Tud, and today we're going to be playing some more Slay the Spire. So let's go ahead and choose a character here. I'm going to go ahead and play as the Watcher. I don't play as her too often. I haven't had a lot of experience with her play style, but I'm eager to see what kind of cards we can get into. Alright, let's see. We have choose a random card, obtain 100 gold, lose all gold but gain 14 max health. Since I don't know a whole lot about this character, let's go ahead and get the max health. That puts us at 86 health. We have a mini boss here about halfway up. So we have access to a shop early, but I traded all my gold, so we won't be able to take advantage of that. Let us instead go down the far right path and then cross over to the middle. We do start off with a miracle in hand. 3 damage incoming here. Let's go ahead and put on a defend. We've taken out the enemy in the front. I'll just hold on to my miracle for next turn. Eight damage incoming now. We could use Eruption, which would increase our damage output, but it would also increase the damage we would receive. Let's go ahead and play Vigilance here for some block. We can play Miracle here into Eruption. That gives us 2 mana to work with. So I will take a little bit of damage here, but was able to do a decent amount as well. 10 health remaining. Alright, Crescendo. Retain. Enter Wrath. Crush Joints, deal 8 damage. If the last card played this combat was a skill, apply 1 vulnerable. And Sanctity. Gain 6 block. If the last card played this combat was a skill, draw 2 cards. That's not bad, but I don't have a whole lot of mana to work with at the moment. I'm thinking Crush Joints might be the better option here for applying vulnerable. Alright, on to the next combat here. Looks like the enemy is going for 11 damage to start. Let's go ahead and play Vigilance here for the block. And we'll throw out a strike. Could use my miracle to get another strike, but I think it's best to hold off. Alright, if the last card played this combat was a skill, apply 1 vulnerable. Let's go ahead and play Eruption here, that will trigger Wrath. That took us out of Calm and gave us 2 additional mana. Let's go ahead and strike with everything we have. Tantrum, deal 3 damage 3 times and enter Wrath. Shuffle this card into your draw pile. Inner Peace, if you are in Calm, draw 3 cards, otherwise enter Calm. Deceive Reality, gain 4 block and add a safety into your hand. Yes, let's go ahead and pick that up. Having access to a safety for the extra block is definitely preferable. Alright, let's head into the question mark room here and see what we get. Living Wall. As you come to a dead end and begin to turn around, walls slam down from the ceiling, trapping you. 3 faces materialize from the walls and speak. Forget what you know, and I'll let you go. I require change to see a new space. If you want to pass me, then you must grow. Alright, so our options here, we can remove a card, transform a card, or upgrade a card. Let's go ahead and upgrade. If we were to upgrade Vigilance, it would increase the block that you would gain from it. Same with Deceive Reality. Crush Joints increases the damage and number vulnerable applied. Eruption decreases the cost. Alright, so let's go ahead and decrease the cost of Eruption. It is one of the 2 highest cost cards in the deck at the moment. Satisfied. The walls in front of you merge back into the ceiling, leaving a path forward. Go into our next combat here. We've got 2 enemies with Curl Up, so they will gain block after being attacked. Let's go ahead and trigger that on both of them. I'm going to go ahead and play Deceive Reality here to add the safety into my hand. We will keep that for next turn. We've been weakened. We now have 4 turns of decreased attack. Looks like 14 damage incoming. If I play Eruption here, it would increase my damage output. So let's go ahead and do that. Weave. Deal 4 damage. Whenever you scry, return this from your discard to your hand. Wallop. Deal 9 damage. Gain block equal to unblocked damage dealt. And Tantrum. Deal 3 damage 3 times. Enter Wrath. Gain block equal to unblocked attack damage dealt. This is a nice card because it simultaneously deals and gives block. Let's move into the shop here. We've got 43 gold, not much to work with. We could pick up Battle Hymn, which is a power that will give me a smite card at the start of each turn. Why not? Into the first mini-boss. He has 4 Metallicize. He will gain 4 armor at the start of each of his turns. Let's go ahead and play Miracle here. That will trigger Crush Joints Vulnerable. We have him down to 57. He will now gain strength every time I play a skill card. Looks like 14 damage incoming at the moment. Let's go ahead and start off with Battle Hymn. I could play Eruption and Defend, but that would trigger his ability, so let us instead go for Wallop. That'll deal damage and give me block. Not enough to block all the incoming damage, but definitely better than giving him strength. Deceive Reality will give us safety, but it will trigger his strength. Unfortunately, not much choice there. Down to 44 health, that puts him at about half. Took 2 damage there. Alright, so, do we have any cheap skills? We do have one. We'll play that and then trigger Vulnerable from Crush Joints. And then Smite. That puts him down to 22 health. Looks like 12 damage he'll be dealing. We're down to 58 health. Alright. We've found the Stone Calendar. At the end of turn 7, deal 52 damage to all enemies. We got the Emerald Key. Alright, we have access to Vault. Take an extra turn after this one. End your turn once this card is played. We have Tranquility as well. Retain. Enter Calm. Could be used to get some more mana if needed. Let's go ahead and pick up Vault here. It's one of my more interesting card choices. We'll go into the question mark room here and see what they have for us. The Cleric. A strange blue humanoid with a golden helm approaches you with a huge smile. Hello, friend. I am Cleric. Are you interested in my services? The creature shouts loudly. So, only two options available to us because of the amount of gold that we have. We could either heal 21 health or leave. If we choose to heal 21 health, that would put us at 79. As cheap as it is, and with as little gold as we have, let's go ahead and just take that offer. A warm golden light envelops your body and dissipates. The creature grins. Cleric best healer. Have a good day. Alright, into the next battle here, we have a thief. He's gonna start out with an attack for 10 damage. Let's go ahead and wallop here. Well, let me make sure I don't have anything else to play. I do not. Let's go ahead and wallop. And we will use our strike. Now I could play Deceive Reality to get a safety for next turn, or I could play Strike here for straight up 6 damage. I'm going to play on the side of caution here. This will fully block all damage this turn, and give me a card for next turn as well. Fresh Joints. That gives him vulnerable for our strike. And we'll go ahead and play our safety here. Down to 15 health. Go ahead and play Eruption into Strike to end it. Evaluate. Gain 6 block and shuffle an Insight into your draw pile. Insight allows you to draw 2 cards. Pressure points. Apply 8 mark. All enemies lose health equal to their mark. And Protect. Retain, gain 12 block. Let's go ahead and pick that up. It does cost 2, but the block on that card is definitely worth it. Alright, we have to make a choice here. Upon pickup, choose a skill. Start each combat with that card in your hand, or the sapphire portion of the key. Are there any skills that we have at the moment that are worth picking up? We have Vault. I don't have anything in my hand at the moment, in my deck at the moment that I want more than the sapphire key, so we'll just proceed there. Go ahead and do the fire here to upgrade. Or to pick up the ruby key. Let's go ahead and grab that. That puts us at 3 out of 3 for the pieces of the key. 2 enemies here. Looks like we are going to have to block some damage from the enemy in the back. Let's go ahead and play Miracle for Crush Joints. Into Wallop. And another strike. We have the enemy in the back, down 30 health. We have Battle Him, Deceive Reality, and Strike. Let's go ahead and play Battle Him and Deceive Reality to give ourselves a safety. Now I could either take the 7 damage and deal some back, or I can play the safety here to avoid taking any damage. I'll always rather play cautiously. Damage incoming from the enemy in the back. I could play Eruption here, but the enemy in the front would deal more damage. Let's go ahead and apply Weak to the enemy in the front. We'll hit the enemy in the back and take him out. Almost enough to take out the slime there. Down to 67 health. Another Crushed Joints. Consecrate, deal 5 damage to all enemies, costs 0. And Third Eye, gain 7 block, and look at the next 3 cards of your draw pile. Alright, well, let's go ahead and pick up Consecrate here. I like having cards that do damage to everything. $13 damage incoming. We have Consecrate in the starting hand here. Let's go ahead and play Miracle. Vault, unfortunately, will not come in handy this turn, I don't think. There's a full block. Go ahead and play Eruption here. 2 mana to work with. $12 damage incoming. Now 24. Unfortunately, I do not have enough damage to take him out this turn. But I can block pretty much everything he's going to throw at me. And now we've got him. Liquid Memories. Play a card from the discard pile and it costs 0. Lesson learned. Deal 10 damage. If fatal, upgrade random card in your deck. Now that is a permanent upgrade. So I am going to go ahead and pick that up. We'll try to make use of that as often as possible. Big Fish. As you make your way down a long corridor, you see a banana, a donut, and a box floating about. No, upon closer inspection, they are tied to strings coming from holes in the ceiling. There is a quiet cackling from above as you approach the objects. What do you do? Okay, so I don't recall if the relic is random or not. What I got the last time I attempted it was a strawberry, which gave me 7 max health. The safer option, in my opinion, is donut, unless you have a quick way to get rid of regret. You eat the donut. It really hits the spot. Your max HP increases. Few small enemies here. Go ahead and start off with a Consecrate. That'll trigger Curl Up on all 3 enemies. And now all we need to do is block. Unfortunately, I don't have enough damage to take any of them out right away. 2 damage, it's fine. Go ahead and play Battle Hymn here. We can strike. Let's go ahead and hit Eruption on the enemy in the back. Puts all 3 of them at 10 damage they'll be doing. Let's go ahead and play our Miracle here. $17 block, we'll be taking 3 damage. I really want to get a Lesson Learned into my hand. Let's go ahead and play Vault here. Go ahead and use Lesson Learned to take one of the enemies out. And Strike has been permanently upgraded. Unfortunately, Lesson Learned was exhausted. Otherwise, I would use my Liquid Memories to recall it. Alright, Protect for 12 block, pressure points again, or Prostrate. Gain 2 Mantra and 4 block. Mantra, once you hit 10, will push you into Divinity. You gain 3 mana and attacks deal triple damage for 1 turn. I'll pick up Prostrate since it's a 0 cost and gives 2 block. Not too dead set on the Mantra, I think it is, Mantra, yes, portion of it. We can increase the damage here of Lesson Learned, decrease the cost of Vault. We can make Battle Hymn start out in the hand at the beginning of each combat. Increase the damage on Consecrate. Okay. Let's go ahead and upgrade Vault here. Make it cost 1 less. And we'll head into the first boss. Unfortunately, nothing to play this turn. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start out with Protect here, then we will do Crush Joints. That will trigger 1 vulnerable. I'm going to go ahead and Miracle a Defend here, get a little bit more block started. I could use Liquid Memories to pull Protect, that would give me 12 more, put me at 29. I think that's what we will do. It'll be almost a full block. Took 1 damage. 6 damage now incoming. Let's go ahead and play Prostrate here. Deceive Reality for the block next turn. And we will end the turn here. I'm going to go ahead and drink this Strength Potion. I have a feeling I'm going to need it. Go ahead and play Battle Hymn. Prostrate. And let's go ahead and Vault here. Actually, if I play Eruption, I wonder if I will get any mana out of that. I did not. 20 damage incoming. 4 we will take. Deceive Reality here for the block. We'll go ahead and play the safety and throw a Smite. Full block here. Alright, we have Wallop and Smite in our hand. Let's go and play both of those. Boss is down to 127 health. He did just increase his strength by 2, looking to do 28 damage here. Let's go ahead and Smite into Consecrate. We still have 2 mana to work with. Let's go ahead and play Protect. And our Calendar did 52 damage to the boss, putting him down at 45 health. Let's go ahead and Crush Joints. and strike to finish it. Random colorless potion. Random colorless card from the potion, I should say. Another lesson learned. Conjure Blade. Shuffle an expunger into your draw pile. Deal 9 damage X times. X being the number of mana that you spend. Judgment. If the enemy has 30 or less health, set their health to 0. Sure, let's go ahead and pick that up. That can be upgraded to 40 health. We have Tiny House for a potion, gold, 5 max health, 1 card, and... oh, obtain 1 card and upgrade 1 random card, I see. Busted Crown. Gain mana at the start of your turn, future card rewards have 2 less to choose from. Or gain mana at the start of your turn, but you can no longer see enemy intents. Tiny House is the best option here, let's go ahead and pick that up. We've upgraded Defend, gained 5 max health. Stance Potion. Enter Calm or Wrath. We have Simmering Fury. At the start of your next turn, enter Wrath and draw 2 cards. Windmill Strike. Retain. Deals 7 damage. When retained, increases damage by 4 this combat. And Inner Peace. If you are in Calm, draw all 3 cards, otherwise enter Calm. Let's go ahead and pick up Windmill Strike. I like having access to retain cards that I get to keep for the following turn. Helps me to set up better. Alright, well, let's go ahead and head into the first fight here. We have a shop directly afterwards. We have Judgment here, if we can get one of the enemies low enough. Let's go ahead and start out with Wallop here on the enemy in the front. Let's go ahead and play our potion here. We'll pick up Hand of Greed. Now, if I use my Miracle, I can play a Lesson Learned and Hand of Greed. Unfortunately, that will not be enough, though. Instead, let's go ahead and Hand of Greed the one in the front, and we will Judgment him down. 1 damage it looks like we'll take. Another 10 damage incoming here. We have access to Eruption, as well as Vault. Go ahead and play that. Prostrate for the block. Let's go ahead and Smite into a Strike. Got all our gold back. Flying Sleeves. Retain. Deal 4 damage twice. Empty Body. Gain 7 block and exit your stance. Or Sash Whip. Deal 8 damage. If the last card played this combat was an attack, apply 1 weak. There's benefit to picking up both of these cards. They are both 1-cost cards that do things we want. But I'm leaning more towards Empty Body for the exit your stance. Last thing you want is to be stuck in Wrath. You will take much more damage that way. For relics, we have enemies in elite combats have 25% less health. Start each combat with 1 strength, and 50% discounts on all products. Well, that's a no-brainer. Let's pick that one up. Whenever you enter Wrath, draw 2 cards. Gain 7 block, scry 3. Gain 5 mantra. Deal 4 damage whenever you change stances. Return this from the discard to your hand. Deal 8 damage if the enemy intends to attack, enter Calm. Enemy loses 9 strength. Upgrade all cards for the rest of combat. Let's go ahead and pick up the strength increase here and the preserved insect. Man, finding that membership card was very beneficial for us here. A note for yourself. You spot a loose brick within a pillar that catches your eye. You find a folded note and card inside. It reads, "The heart awaits." This is your handwriting. Receive, defend, and store a card or ignore. I don't think there's anything that I would want to trade off for a defend, so we will simply ignore this. What is going on? Into our next combat here. 10 damage incoming here. Let's go ahead and start out with a skill card. That'll trigger our Crush Joints, giving vulnerable, and we have 2 mana left to work with. I'm gonna go ahead and play Vigilance here. That'll put us into Calm, giving us 12 block. We have Battle Hymn and Deceive Reality for next turn. Go ahead and throw out a strike and call it a day there. Enemy is down to 81 health. Looks like he'll be attacking for 10 this time around. We have Vault in the hand for an early next turn. Let's go ahead and play Eruption here. Put us in Wrath, remove Calm, and give us 2 extra mana. Now we can Smite and Consecrate. $32 damage, that puts him down to 1. Let's go ahead and Miracle here for the Vault. Hopefully next turn we'll draw something damaging. Fantastic. Unfortunately, I did not get access to my learned lesson here. That would have been nice. But we survived without taking any damage, so I'll take it. An attack potion. Follow-up. Deal 7 damage. If the last card played this combat was an attack, gain 1 mana. Retain, gain 12 block. Retain, gain 5 block. When retained, increase its block by 2 this combat. Let's go ahead and pick up follow-up here. We need more attacks that generate mana. Into the shop. We only have 14 gold. That will not be enough to do anything here, so we'll simply move forward. Now I could go left here. This would take me into a mini-boss fight. We did pick up a relic that will decrease his health, so it could be worth going that route. If we were to go right, we have 2 fires. We would have to fight a mini-boss anyway, so yeah, let's just go ahead and bite the bullet. We'll go left here and upgrade a card. If I upgrade Windmill Strike, it would increase the damage dealt, as well as the damage when the card is retained. Upgrade Judgment to increase the health that it would defeat an enemy automatically. Let's go ahead and do that. And Judgment would almost take out the mini-boss here. We have Vault in the starting hand, as well as Eruption. Let's go ahead and start out with Eruption here. Then we'll play our Miracle, so we can use Strike. And then Vault for an early next turn. Let's go ahead and play Crush Joints here on the enemy in the front. Follow-up will now give us an extra mana. We have 24 damage on Windmill Strike. As well as Empty Body we could play to exit our stance. Go ahead and play Windmill Strike on the Enemy in the middle. We'll drink our attack potion here. Deal 8 damage if the enemy intends to attack. Enter calm. That is fantastic. That's exactly what we want. Or deal 9 damage and gain block equal to unblocked damage. So this would do more damage because I am in Wrath. That would be a pretty big block. Yeah, so let's go ahead and pick up Wallop here. That is 20 block, so we'll only take 6 damage this turn. Lesson learned is still in the draw pile yet to come. We'll go to play Deceive Reality and play our safety. I'm more or less just buying time until that card comes up so I can upgrade something. Fantastic. We've upgraded Wallop. Toy Ornithopter. Whenever you use a potion, heal 5 health. We have Bowling Bash, 10 damage for each enemy in combat. Third Eye for block. And Conclude. Deal 16 damage to all enemies and end your turn. Why not? It's already upgraded. Into the question mark room here, we have a shop. At the end of your turn, shuffle an insight into the draw. You can draw 2 cards with that. Halt, gain 3 block. If you are in Wrath, gain 9 additional. Prostrate for mantra and block. Consecrate for AoE. Sands of Time, 20 damage. When retained, it costs 1 less to play. Finesse, 2 block and draw a card. Unfortunately, we can't afford any of the relics at the moment. I do believe Sands of Time is a good card to pick up here. The high damage and potential to play it for free. Alright, we could go left here, which would take us to a chest, a fire, and a shop. Or we could go right for a chest, a fire, a few question marks. Let's go right. I have a feeling the question marks will be worth my while. Bronze Scales. Start each combat with 3 thorns. Into the fire here. Let's go ahead and upgrade something. Battle Hymn to make it start out in the hand. Maybe. Sands of Time to make it do more damage. Could do the same with follow-up. Empty Body increases block. Let's go ahead and upgrade Battle Hymn to make it start out in the hand. Having access to a smite early on would definitely make a difference. Alright, we have 2 enemies here, looks like 20 damage. Go ahead and play Battle Hymn into Deceive Reality. Consecrate. We have 1 mana left to work with. 4 block at the moment. Let's go ahead and play our safety. That puts us at 16. 4 damage I would take. It's not worth miracling a strike or defend here, so we'll hold on to that for next turn. Looks like 12 damage incoming here. Let's go ahead and play strike here on the enemy in the front. Go ahead and play protect here for the block. Holding on to Sands of Time reduces its cost, and holding on to Windmill Strike increases its damage output. Looks like 8 damage coming from the enemy in the back. We have Crushed Joints for vulnerable. Prostrate for the mantra and block. Let's go ahead and play Smite here on the enemy in the back. And we could Miracle in a Vault. Deal 8 damage. If the last card played this combat was an attack, gain 1 mana. Let's go ahead and Smite into a follow-up. That'll take the enemy in the back out and give us 2 mana to work with. I'm going to go ahead and play Conclude here. There's nothing else I need to play at the moment. Sands of Time has gone down to a 1 cost. 12 damage incoming here. Let's go ahead and play Eruption. Into a Smite. And Sands of Time finishes it. Distilled Chaos. Play the top 3 cards of your draw pile. Bowling Bash. Another Battle Hymn. And Evaluate Upgraded. Let's go ahead and pick up another Battle Hymn. The Mausoleum. Venturing through a series of tombs, you are faced with a large sarcophagus studded with gems in the center of a circular room. You cannot make out the writing on the coffin. However, you do notice black fog seeping out from the sides. Obtain a relic, but 50% chance you become cursed with Writhe. Why not? We did not get a curse from that. Fantastic. You push open the coffin, the fog dissipates harmlessly. Inside you find the mortal remains of a decorated soldier, grasping an old relic. You pilfer it and move on. We get an ancient tea set. Whenever you rest at a rest site, start the next combat with 2 mana. Apologies, whenever you enter a rest site. You don't actually have to rest there. So let's go ahead and go into the rest site here. What would we like to upgrade? Get our second Battle Hymn right off the bat. So we will start this combat with 2 additional mana. It's fantastic. And play Distilled Chaos here. Oh, fantastic. Vault will trigger another turn for us. Alright, let's go ahead and start off with a Smite. And play follow-up. We'll go ahead and play Deceive Reality to get a safety for next turn. And another Smite. We also have Strike, which we could Miracle out, but it would only do 1 damage. So no point. $21 damage incoming here from the enemy we're facing. Let's go ahead and play Miracle here. Pull out a safety for 9. Definitely need to get some damage on the board here this turn. That is 18 block, 21 damage, so I'll be taking 3 here. And he dealt 9 to himself due to my thorns. We got Prostrate here for some free block. Let's go ahead and play Vigilance here. That'll get us into Calm, and then we can play our potion here. We will enter Wrath. Coming out of Calm gives us 2 mana. Let's go ahead and start out with Wallop here. That'll give us some block to work with. And Smite to finish him off. Regen Potion. Gain 5 regen. We will heal at the end of each turn. Wheel Kick. Deal 20 damage. Draw 2 cards. Pray. Gain 3 mantras. Shuffle an insight into the draw. And Sanctity. Gain 6 block. If the last card played this combat was a skill, draw 2 cards. Will Kick is nice, especially since it's already upgraded, but it does cost 2, and it only does 20 damage. Let's skip that for now. We have access to another smith here. Let's see what we can upgrade. Let's go and upgrade a lesson learned here. More damage that does, the quicker we'll be able to upgrade our other cards. Alright, his first action is going to be to summon a couple of minions, and their first action will be to steal a card from me. Unfortunately, not a lot to work with here. I could play Defend into a Crush Joints if I wanted to, but the Vulnerable would simply wear off one of his artifacts. It would not actually apply. Alright, so 14 damage from the boss and 8 from the minion, so that is 22 we have. We'll go ahead and smite the enemy in the front. Get a defend going here. Miracle out another strike on the enemy in the front. He took my judgment. Two more smites. I'm going to go ahead and play Deceive Reality here. This will give me a safety for next turn. I have access to Sands of Time and Windmill Strike at the moment. Ah, he took my Vault. 20 damage incoming. Let's go ahead and Prostrate into Consecrate. We will follow that up. It gives us an additional mana to work with. Let's go ahead and play our safety here. That puts us at 16 block, 4 damage potentially. Let's go ahead and smite the enemy in the back. It's down to 14 health. I should be able to take him out next turn. Once you defeat these minions in the combat, they do not respawn, so it's always good to get them out quickly if possible. Gained an extra mana there. Okay. We'll go ahead and smite the enemy in the back. That gives us our vault. Anything else I want to play right away? Let's go ahead and play Eruption into a smite. I'm gonna go ahead and drink this regen potion. I have a feeling I'm going to need it. We have Crush Joints here. Need to play a skill first though. Let's go ahead and throw out Sands of Time. Protect will trigger Crushing Joints. And it'll also give me the... He's going to be doing 102 damage. Do I have any way to remove my stance? I don't believe that I do. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's anything I can do to survive this. Darn. And it looked like things were going so well there. Alright, that brings us to the end of today's playthrough. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Helps my YouTube out a lot if you do. And if you're interested, check me out on Twitch. I do stream 5 days a week. So if you miss me one day, don't fret, just stop in the next. Alright, until next time.